tech companies laying off like thousands and thousands of people immediately. Like, how do you overemploy 11,000 people? How do how do you overbudget 11,000? Like, what are you fucking working with? What are you out there monstering? Right? 11,000 people is just like nothing. Because they have to pay severances to all those people too. It's at least 3 months severance to 11,000 people. But then also there is I found this, and this is from last year, so it's not even that late, but the Flatfoot dance Flatfoot dance competition in Virginia. There is a Flatfoot dance competition in Virginia, and it is filling me with life. It is amazing. Like, it's so uncomfortably comfortable. Flat-footed. Let me look up the screen comment thing, though, because like, what's the significance of this thing?
YouTube
studio. Like, the first time in 50,000 years, how the fuck do we know? Oh, because we can see backwards. We can see 3 million or 300 million light years back into the past. Shit, just...
right.
I'm like, that is how we know. Because we do. And I can't even get my telescope to work. I bought it from Big Lots. It was like $20. I don't think it ever worked. We'll continue to do so for the next couple weeks. When I get a chance to view it. Of course I fucking do. Why am I reading this? The closest approach it makes to Earth will be. Okay. Damn. Shit. You must have good eyesight. I'm out. Nice. Mm-hmm. What does? What? You can hear it? I'm trying to pull it up.
Can I pull it up?
Yeah, look at I can't. Why can't I?
Just push click on it.
I did.
What's the link?
Oh, go back?
The link. That's right.
Here?
Click on it.
Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see.
Click on
Okay, yeah. There it is. Oh.
it. Well, later.
Yeah. So what about this? Hold on. What if I do this? I just like, yeah, I think I just have to.
Let's try that. You know what? I changed that. Let's change that back to how it was. I think I want this
The game. I turned the volume all the way down.
Yeah, volume on my don't think anything.
I can do
In the
it.
back.
Yeah, it's gotta be at
One in
the, yeah, yep.
I did that's
Oh, that-
fine. I think now it's getting both of us.
Same place, right? It's on the right one.
The hard looking one.
Yeah.
One looks like a hard, huh?
Yep. I think maybe the gain. Okay, what if I take the gain down? I had to get it down last time.
Came down just a little.
I took it all the way down. I just took it off.
Okay, well, let's see how it sounds.
I just sort of put up in center. When I do this, I just like. Yeah, I think I just have to.
You know what? Change that back to
I shouldn't think all It's also like. It's totally like. This is our first time. We're new. We're brand new.
What you got? You got a.
Yeah, that's better. Way better, right? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Way better. No gain.
That sounds better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I look like I'm in chorus, like I'm reading off of the music. La 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 la.
Now, can you see a chat?
Hark the bells sing. Wait,
Is
do I
there
see
a
a
chat in there? It's not chat, but
No, I don't. I just see share. Usually
Okay.
be like, oh wait, oh god.
I'm gonna do it like this.
What, did you use Firefox? What was your internet browser build?
Yeah.
I clicked on something and it's gone. Oh, it's top of my head. Okay. Hark the bells, sing of the bells.
Do you see anything now? I put welcome to the midnight rabbit hole.
I'm watching now. Started streaming 7 minutes ago. I can either report us or nothing. I can save, I can clip, I can share.
Mic check.
Yeah. Chat box. Do I have to be on my phone or can I chat?
Yeah.
It would be right here, right? It would be by the share, the clip, the save, like the usual. Let me see on my here.
That's what I'm not.
We'll figure it out.
We're trying to figure out.
We're gonna fuck around. We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
We are determined.
We're doing it today.
I love this. Or like Stephen Hawking. Everybody, we are going to die. Uh-oh, not here. CC don't live here no more. Okay, yeah, there's a chat.
You see a chat?
Welcome to the Midnight Rabbit Hole.
Okay, that's just in the comment
This is my
section.
favorite channel. Should I write that?
Yeah. Where are you seeing it at? Let me see. At the comments?
I'm just gonna see if it makes a comment. Did it not work?
Yeah. Woo, let's go. But I don't
You
see
see
it on
it?
here.
Okay.
How do you?
I don't even see mine. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Where?
Oh, I should be on mine, not ours.
Oh, because it.
What's happening? Nothing. It's also like Where's the chats though? Oh, okay, here we go. I don't see anything. It just says please be respectful. Respect this.
Really? So I'm not sure.
Oh,
How,
it's not
how did
live.
you do this? Huh?
It's not live. It was supposed to be live. Oh, maybe. How did I do what?
You typed that. You just typed it in.
From our thing, but now I'm on my channel. The first time when you see it. Oh, here it is. Here's chats.
Oh, live chat. Oh, it's on live chat. You just push live chat. It's on there.
Huh?
Okay, that's good. I wanted to make sure that's working. And we're working. We're working, I think. The problem is I'm not recording. So I'm gonna
Does it record if you go live? It doesn't
on YouTube,
anymore?
but not on my computer. So I want to know here so I could thing. So start, and I'm gonna start from an intro.
I just saw my Stephen Hawking thing.
Yeah. You got your earphones?
Yeah. Are you gonna do the
Yeah. Midnight rabbit hole, baby. What we getting into tonight?
I went backwards.
Do you?
I was like, where's the volume? What are we getting into? Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Sounds way better. So the secret is screw the gain. Screw the gains on these things.
Screw the gains.
The gain on the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff.
That's right. All right. Well, I hope that works. We're going to see. Ooh. So let's see. We have news. You want to go through the news? Any news you got? And I just heard there was another mass shooting. It felt like we were due for one.
I know. That's
Sad to
exactly
say
how
that.
I feel like.
Man.
What's sad is, and I'm not the first person to say this, but when you, at this point, hear about a mass shooting and you hear 3, you're like, doesn't count. And that, like, now at this point, it's like, oh, 10. No, I'll tune in to 10. 10 is an acceptable amount now.
It's a big one, right?
Right. When we're working with like 60, 50, and I don't know, Dr. Kevorkian's over there killing 250 people a pop or whatever. That doesn't really count as a mass, but it's more like a serial. But it's just so sad, like where we are at this point, because literally it was first thing that came to my mind was like, oh yeah, 10, like 10 counts.
Right.
That's definitely that's real rough.
Right.
And then you know, I mean, I dive into all of them. Let's not be. I'm not even gonna give myself.
Did you see that movie? Was it with Dr. Kevorkian? I think Al Pacino played him.
No.
You never seen that? Yeah.
No.
It's pretty good. It was, tell the whole story of everything, how they were like killing people in his van,
But these people were also asking to be.
They
right?
euthanized. They euthanized.
And they knew it was coming and they wanted it, right?
Yeah, they just in pain. They wanted to die.
Yes. So he's like.
He was helping them
compared to what we know we had out there.
Right. And I mean, there's a debate on that.
Shit for it, right? Like he's the doctor. Like, don't be a Dr. Kevorkian.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I didn't even. There's I can't remember the name, but I think he was from Great Britain. So not the Good Nurse guy who they just made a movie about with Jessica Chastain. Mm-hmm. There was one guy who they think like maybe did 400, but before him, I had no idea that there was another psycho doctor out there, and I think he was in the UK and he killed like maybe 1,000.
Okay, yeah, I think it was just big time out there.
Astronomical. Yeah. And then here's poor Dr. Kevorkian just like helping people,
Yeah.
Pass on to the other side.
Yeah,
getting a bad rap. It's kind of fucked up. Like now they,
Well, the movie is crazy because it's really trippy because they took like his license away or something like that, and then there was like stuff he couldn't get. He couldn't use he couldn't put him to sleep. Euthanasia, right? Is I'm saying that right? He couldn't do that, so he was thinking of other methods. And in one scene, he put a plastic wrap over somebody's head. And they were like shaking. They were like,
do it, Doc.
They were like, no, it's too painful. It's stressful. No, take it off. They have to stop. But it was like, oh man, it's
He's like, just joking, I'm sorry.
right. And I don't want to go like
Okay,
this.
Jeremy, we'll try something else.
Right. Right. But it's also crazy that how many suicides there are that you have something like that. Because a lot of people it seemed like they just wanted to commit suicide, so they would be faking stuff.
So here's another news story. I left this off my list, but it just happened like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This woman in, I don't know, Massachusetts somewhere. I think it is Massachusetts, but she shot her husband. This is messed up though. So her husband was terminally ill and he was in the hospital, and they had talked about it for like premeditated for about 2 months that they were going to do a murder suicide. If it started to get, if they knew that it was like, they wanted to wait till the last minute, but if it was really going that way, this was the plan. So she shows up one day as like a hospital visit. She shoots him in the head and they can't go through with killing herself. So now she's in jail. And they, I guess, have all this documentation because the cops are already like, this was the plan. They had planned it out. They must have, but also mess for the nurses. Like, no, thank you. I'm just on call today and I did not ask for brains on the wall. What?
I mean, what's up with the gun? Like, wouldn't you want to go out with pills at least just fall asleep and not wake up? Like, a gun? What if you miss and like half your face is gone?
You're in the hospital. Yeah, what if she's not a good shot?
Right. You live sometimes. Some people get shot in the head, so it's a possibility. I wouldn't take it. But.
Yeah, there was this one girl who tried to commit suicide and shot her whole face off, and then decided, well, she lived. She didn't decide to live.
Did she want to live after that? She want to live after that?
She had to at this point, and she had to like get in a plastic face. Yet she still got married, has a kid, like now living a full life, way fuller than mine. No.
Would you date somebody that they had a suicidal tendency, or they told you they had tried to commit suicide before or wanted to?
I mean, there's just so much gray area in there. Like if they were a teenager and they had tried it, but like they're open about it and they seem stable now and like have a purpose, maybe it would always be in the back of my head. It would always be in the back of my head.
I'm good. Always. It's coming back. It may
come back. There's a reason why you told me, right? Like there would be. In my head, I'd be like, "There's a reason why you told me this."
Well,
right?
In case I may want to do it to you too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
My thing is, like, if you don't want to live, you don't really care about nobody else either. But if it gets to that point, you just take them. Take somebody else.
Is like in your angsty years, if you tried it once and like that's like you were so dumb, you're moving. You wouldn't like now when you finally find somebody you want to be with, tell them this story, right? Like
right.
Maybe that would come when you guys are like already together and it's like a settled thing and
that's
somehow
not. Oh, ouch! I guess and that would be messed up because now you're like, oh god, I'm stuck with them, and
that's when you just when we're already stuck. Because if you're telling me it, it's like, are you warning me? It would feel like a warning,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Because every teenager has had like those thoughts. You go through your hormones are crazy.
I didn't. I never had anything thought like that. It was great in school. Like I was going for success. I didn't really have those problems. I mean, I played ball, so maybe that has something to do with it. I had friends. I mean, if you have all those things, but I don't. I guess what would you be mad about? Like a guy didn't like me or my body shame? Shame.
My mind never went past the whole like. Maybe I should just not be here anymore. My mind never went past that moment of the angsty like, oh, I don't like this moment I'm in. Like there was never any pre-planning or actual plan. Like my mind never got past that moment, and I also already knew that like there was no freaking way. Like that's a stupid answer. That's a stupid solution. Not a solution.
Suicidal.
There's just so many things that stop me. But you always said you're a teenager. You have those thoughts of just like rebellion or like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some people do, and that this is they're like caught up on the wrong things. Like
always.
If you're, I don't know, you want to be popular. I don't know what kind of problems people have.
There's always a narcissistic kind of element to it, right? To suicide.
Probably, I guess so. Like it's all about me, and I'm nobody. Nobody's giving me the attention I want, or something.
The fact that you don't, that thinking about
Or just
the
chemical.
people that have to find you doesn't stop you. You know, like
Yeah.
there's so many things that stop me before that, but also that.
Right. I think if people are doing drugs and alcohol in high school, I think it's possible to just have those thoughts. I think that's what a lot of people do because alcohol is a depressant, and if you're young, you're still growing, you're not fully developed. Your brain can be triggered to be it's really depressed.
I didn't do drugs or drink in high school. Yeah. I tried to drink in high school, and my stomach was like.
Right. Well, I drank one time. I'm talking about a regular. Some people drink every weekend or something. Or
maybe you are right that it would take you down a spiral, but to me it was drugs always just seemed like that was fun and rebellious.
Yeah, well,
but I never did it, so I don't know. And actually,
I don't know if it was the Say No campaigns, but I was just no drugs until after high school.
And I knew that was bullshit.
My friends did it. I got on their ass you're doing this, and we're trying to win a basketball game. But yeah, I was really.
She didn't know what she was talking about. Give her some shrooms, and she's like, never mind. Everybody, I changed my mind.
Well, that was the good old crack cocaine days, so that was definitely no. That was crazy times.
I mean, everything in moderation. I remember being at a party, and it was in high school, and I'd never done drugs, and I had no idea what Molly was at this point. Mm-hmm. And everybody was on Molly, and they were massaging each other. And I was like, well, that looks dope. That looks loving. That looks great. Because all you ever hear about is how terrible it is. So I think that was sort of always my memory of it in high school. It was is it really that bad?
Well,
don't get on the wheel. Don't try to drive.
Yeah, well, maybe Bill Cosby has something there. He give you a Molly, and you start feeling them.
Then go down.
You start feeling them, people. I mean, it can go wrong too. But I guess if you have to be really safe with any drugs and alcohol.
It would have been different. It was just him taking those drugs.
Well, but
you can't do that when the people that are taking them have no idea they're taking them.
No. Well, if they were, I'm sure a handful of people knew Bill Cosby was giving them drugs. People took Quaaludes back in the days together, girls and guys.
You never hear that story. No girls come forward and been I just didn't think he was going to rape me afterwards.
Well, no, it wasn't no rape. They just, okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying. I think I'm going to say. Probably wrong, but maybe not.
No, but so people did take them though, right? The rock and roll stars and the girls
I know
too, right?
People who took them.
Right.
Sure.
So, do you think it's more or less? Do you think it's way more women that took it and were okay with it and were okay with having sex with Bill Cosby than the people that accused them?
Wow,
It gotta be way more. It gotta be way more. And that's why he thought he could get away with it because he said all these other people are cool and hey, that's what I do.
Well, he was married the whole time, right?
Yeah,
first off.
I believe so.
Jesus, take a break. Because a lot of women
all those entertainers back in the day, come on.
But you're probably right. That's probably only 1/8 of the women he was
right, and that's part of the reason he can't. I think. Those people keep doing it in that power position. It's hey, these girls okay with it. You the one tripping, and I thought you were going to be like them, and they weren't.
I am not at all excusing his behavior, but it was a learned behavior. Somebody taught him that 100%.
Yeah, the women that was okay with
it. No, the men. He was around men at that time that were.
Oh, that were doing it too.
It was a thing.
I'm sure.
The Playboy. Did you see the Playboy documentary?
I didn't.
It's called Playboy. But it is eye-opening, and they do bring him up, and it's a really sad.
I almost think Hugh Hefner died right around the time all this was coming out of me too.
He was Quaaluding girls.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like he died purposely. Something happened. He was I gotta go ahead.
It was all about this man, and he was
they're gonna try to take my money.
The magic pill, Darla, or whatever his assistant's name was.
Right.
Bring me the red pill, please. No, he's too narcissistic for that. I think both of them would have thought they would get away with it. So I don't think that either of them would choose that. I don't think that would be a thought.
What?
That they wouldn't be able to get out of whatever drama came their way.
They saw
Like,
it.
I
I
don't
mean,
think he
you
would
can't.
commit suicide even if he thought something.
Well, he was old already, so it's not really a bad. So that's almost like
Right.
Dr. Kevorkian. Like it's not
But
even.
it's an ego thing too.
Huh?
You want to go out on your own terms.
No,
If
but
you do that, you're
well,
not
no,
gonna
but I don't know. How do you have kids and everything, right?
He has like a son. Yeah, no, he has kids. He
Yeah.
has,
So
he has
your
older.
legacy.
Yeah.
A lot of people care about their legacy more than that. So you if you die and then they're not gonna fuck with your legacy, then hey, it's like you won, even though you
Well,
not
what have you
gonna know
learned?
after
It
you're
doesn't
dead.
mean they're not going to fuck with your legacy. And if you die, you're not here to actually protect it.
No, if you're
No.
dead, they can't. Nobody's going after dead people.
There's
Who?
a whole documentary going after him right after he died. Yeah, you
Who?
got to see the documentary.
After you have?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, what celebrity have they went after after their death and like sued them or whatever? Like
Michael Jackson?
they didn't do anything. It's all his money is safe. There's no accusation. You can't put them in jail. You can make documentaries.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. What do you think? I'll dig him up and put his
Well,
body
I'm saying, nobody believes some of those like documentaries after. It's just
yeah, define going after.
even what's the guy? The guy that did all the crazy stuff that killed himself in jail.
Oh, Epstein?
Yeah. Why did he do that?
Well,
So he had.
listen, that's a whole different
Okay,
can of
he
worms
had no
there.
legacy at all. I guess.
No.
He's
Did
just a
he
regular
do
person.
it? Not the legacy. Did he do that? Did he kill himself?
Oh,
That's what I mean. Like, cause
you think? Okay, you think it's somebody else that was going to get in trouble if he told on him? That's what a lot of people think. Like it's power. People power up was like you need to die, and then
there still are a lot of people that would get in trouble,
right.
and they're not immune, even though he's dead. However, they're not in legal jeopardy right now, and everybody's seen the flight logs.
Right.
But somehow, now that he's gone, it's just not as serious.
Can't prosecute him. You can't. He's
Right,
not a witness. So that's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of people that
he
are.
was like, oh God, I don't want to get all of my friends in trouble.
Yeah, my family. He probably even thought his wife was. He probably even. Oh, he has no kids.
No, and he's the most narcissistic, self-centered individual. I mean, I don't know about most, but one of highly self. I hate the term self-centered because I really think that it's the best way to live, to be self-centered. So I don't want to say self-centered. Narcissistic. When I say self-centered, I'm thinking like you should always put yourself at the center of your life. And so I just hate that term because I think it has a connotation.
Well, yes, that's
exactly
there's
what the
nothing
words are.
wrong being narcissistic. Most of the great men in the world are narcissistic because they feel like they're the shit. You know what I'm saying? They're confident and all that.
Yeah,
right?
if you're blinded by it.
But he just did some bad shit with his narcissism. Like
you have to have humility as well to see outside, to see other perspectives. You have to. You have to be, it's like science. You have to be able to weigh all the variables. And if you're so narcissistic that you don't see anything else but your story,
right,
you're going to be blinded.
Yeah.
You're not going to be living in the real.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying as far as like maybe success or whatever. Like if you're an athlete,
I was just going to say that. Like,
you're good. Like
you
can't.
The real have
Right. Exactly. So if you make a lot of money and all that, and you just live in that world, it's like, oh well.
I think the camera is getting fuzzy. Why am I?
Good on here.
Also, my forearms look. Oh my god, I hate this live. Turn it off. I need to not see it.
What?
I look like a fucking bodybuilder. Like, what is going on?
You got? Can you?
Do I not though?
Are you serious? Let me see.
I look like a trained athlete. I can't. This is the worst.
It's not that bad.
Maybe about narcissism. Oh, wait, turn this off.
Maybe because you're close. You want to move back a little, maybe.
I think I'm kicking the table. Yeah. But also I moved the mic closer so that I sound better. But yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just the.
Sorry to us, the two people watching. But anyway, so Quaaludes. I actually had a girlfriend who lived in upstate New York, and like my high school experience was just completely different than a lot. I mean, everybody's high school experience is a little different, but she was doing Quaaludes, and I like couldn't even take a sip of alcohol. So I was like, I can't. I have no idea. Quaaludes just sound like a nightmare to me, especially after watching Wolves of Wall Street.
Right.
But there were tons of people who did them willingly and wantingly and sought them out and knew what they were getting with them and still wanted them. And it's just like, like I told you, I don't believe in downers. I mean, it's it creates paralysis. There's nothing more downer than enabling your mobility. Right? Or disabling your mobility.
Hey, some people just move too fast. They gotta slow down.
But have you ever fallen asleep with your arms above your head and then like you wake up and you can't fucking move them? That's what taking cruises. And it's like a damn nightmare when you wake up and you're like, where'd my arms go? Oh shoot, they're above my head. And they have no blood left. So, I do. It was a time like in the 70s when everybody was doing it. Like, so in that documentary about Hugh Hefner, he had like a box above his bed of like pills, just an assortment of all shitloads of pills.
Yeah, sure.
And apparently he would do them too, but it's weird for me to think.
Give them to the girls mostly.
Yeah,
it's for them because they wanted it, and you would get it in if they wanted it. Yeah. Yeah.
They were like 20 years old or 18. Like, they didn't even know what they wanted. They didn't even know
what that's the law.
To impress him.
It's okay. See, you can't be too that. I mean, the law is the law. If you're old enough, you can do what you want.
Sure. But I mean, like, he knew what he was doing. He was a grown man. And they're just like, sure, whatever this is. He's like, take it, it'll make you feel better. It'll help you relax. It'll totally destroy your nervous system. I don't even know what Quaaludes do, but...
Yeah.
Have you ever tried them?
Hell no. I'm not a big druggie. Like I said, I have my two drugs I use is alcohol and a little marijuana. But anything other than that, I don't even mess with. I tried stuff, and every time it was like, hell no. I would not want to go down that road. And part of it's because I have that addictive personality that if I do like something, I'm going to be doing it and probably doing it forever and doing it too much. So I was sticking with what I got so I don't get any, just ruin my life. I'm sure I can go crazy just start doing other things. Now, especially I'm older now, it's like over,
Yeah, you're like, this is
like where I have a heart attack trying to do some new shit,
It's the first time.
Right. But I tried ecstasy and, I guess Molly, ecstasy.
Yeah.
And
do you know the difference? Can you tell the difference?
No, I didn't know the difference. I just know I was supposed to try to have sex with it, and I got a little horny, but also felt like I couldn't perform as well. So,
could you not get hard? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it was like it was.
That'd be scary.
And it could because I was drinking so much alcohol with it. Right. It's like anything, you do the drugs, so I could drink so much alcohol, so I'm like whiskey dick after that,
Yeah, it's just easier being a girl, huh?
Yeah, you can just sit there. Right. You can be dry, but I guess it's not the same. You can still be there.
Yeah, there's just so many things. Like, I listen to comedians talking about just like the performance anxiety that guys go through just on just in the middle of it, like the whole time, the whole process of it, like not too soon, but not too long, like not too soon, not too long, like grandma, hot grandma, I'm here, I'm in this moment, oh my grandma, I'm in this moment, like that just sounds like so maddening. And it's just like, oh my God, like it would drive me insane to have to work that dichotomy the entire time. Like, how do you even enjoy it? And you guys are obsessed with it.
I mean, you had, were you like dry before with somebody? Like, you did.
It's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. It has nothing to do with the ability to do it.
Well, I'm saying a guy would feel dryness, and it would be like
sure, and you can easily correct that really fast.
Just wet it. That's true. Just wet it.
Yeah, and then boom, done. But like, if you can't get hard, that's just like
right.
It's just a totally different thing. Like it's literally like are we doing this or not? Right? But bringing it back to top, what were we? How did we even get on this?
We went to Dr. Kevorkian, and we was talking about the pills. We were talking about.
So it was like mass shootings, death, and then this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, rabbit hole. We did a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
this is the name of the show.
Hey. Seriously, when we don't prepare anything, it's like it'll be a short one. It'll be like 3 hours.
Right.
What we actually should talk about is like blow on your heads. But yeah, this mass shooting. So this mass shooting, this council guy comes. He was like being interviewed on TV. Like this mass shooting. What was so crazy is I was looking at getting a job in Monterey Park.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. Like I just applied and I can't even. It was like I don't even know if I want to say this, but I will. It was to be a dispatcher because I really want to be a dispatcher.
Okay.
Or yeah. And can you imagine if it was like my first night on the job?
This is mass shooting.
It's just like seriously, I just applied to be a dispatcher for emergencies.
Right.
In Monterey Park.
So is this the guy you're talking about? Oh no.
That's a kid. No, that's just like a citizen that lives in Monterey Park. And I feel that
I wish I could have found him. I want to hear him what he had to say.
Yeah, he killed himself. They found him in his
No,
van.
I mean the guy that you said like he was. You told the whole story about his wife.
Oh, the council guy. Oh, we should pull that up. Yeah. So councilman interview. Let's see. I have it on my thing. I'm like on my history, but he speaks broken English, so you can't. It's a pretty thick accent, but you can tell what he's saying, and he's basically.
This one right here. Look, this right here. That guy. See him?
Don't. Yes, maybe.
It says mayor.
No,
mayor.
not him. No.
Oh, that's the mayor. Okay.
Yeah, that's the mayor. So.
Mayor look like he. Yeah, so that's crazy. An Asian guy, though, you always think of Asian people not doing that, but there's been a couple of them, especially like mass shootings, because they be.
Yeah,
they
the
just
Virginia
lose
Tech
it.
guy.
Oh yeah, well that's true. That was like one of the biggest ones, but like it seems like they're so Asian people be so peaceful most of the time. Yeah. Well, okay, fine. That's fine.
But he comes out and he's basically like they're trying to interview people, and he was more than happy to talk, and he also is associated with the council and the area, and he comes out and he's just like just spilling the beans. He's just like all the tea that he learned. I think this is it. And like even the guy who's interviewing him is like, well, we don't know right now. We're not reporting this as fact right now. Like, hold on here. I wasn't prepared for all this information. But I think he's right.
You gotta get him on the podcast right now.
Yeah, I know. So he was basically saying, because he wants to talk, let me tell you that. He was basically saying that he knew the people who owned the ballroom that it happened at, and that what he was hearing from the people who were there was that it was a kind of domestic issue where a wife told a man that a wife told a husband she wanted to go.
Remember we had this conversation, and I told you most mass shooters are domestic because of domestic problems.
Yeah.
See, that's it right there. That's crazy.
Domestic issues that spill out.
Yeah, domestic disputes.
Well, I mean, a lot of those. I say a lot of it is like infidelity. Like, snapped. All the like, what do they call it? Interpersonal violence. Like, if a husband's killing a wife or a wife's killing, it's like somebody's cheating. Somebody was found cheating. Right. Somebody wants to cheat. Somebody's doing the cheating, doesn't want to get caught. Right. So it's always about that. And it's like, if I get married, I'm just going to be like, listen, I'll just walk away. You don't need to do it.
Right. And
we should figure this out.
I think it's the whole idea of love nowadays. It changed from history and marriage and everything to nowadays. Like real love is love, and you're my possession. You're my possession, and
You were definitely a possession back in the day. Like, you were literally on the title.
Not the guys.
It was like, I come with this sow right next to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the guy, well,
you think women are like, you're my possession to men?
No, I'm saying, yeah. Oh no, like you guys are each other's possession, and goal. Like, we're in love. Like, the perfect love is there's a perfect love. There's a such thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what people go for. Like, a person's never going to cheat or even think of cheating. Like, people would be, if you think of cheating, it's cheating now because we're supposed to be so in love. They're the crazy people. Like, I don't think of it like that, quite like that. I just think that.
You think nowadays people think like that?
Yeah, the fully possession. That's why a person would go crazy. It's like, oh, and the fact that maybe, women do or are able to just like, oh, I will go to wherever that woman went. She might not even been cheating, but she doesn't have to listen to him, so he has no power now. He feels insignificant, insecure. Man, I'm gonna shoot everything up. Back in the days, it was like a code. Our family.
Back in the kitchen. You go nowhere.
Right. You know what I mean? It wasn't all like that. So I think a lot of people.
Get back in the corner and knit your sweater.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't the mass shootings. I mean, I don't know.
How far back?
They do, but mass shootings. When mass shootings started, there was guns before mass shootings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who started it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there were guns for a while. I mean, it started like in the 90s, like rampant.
Like a whole bunch of people at once.
It popped off like 90s.
But the Virginia Tech was like one of the first, right?
No, Columbine,
and
that was 2000.
2000, okay.
Yeah, I remember coming home and Shirley she was like watching it on the TV.
Right.
Like, eat your popcorn now. Right. No.
So it's just so crazy. Like, it happens all the time now. And it's just like
Columbine really put it on the map.
Right.
It was happening prior to that, but it wasn't. It wasn't on the news like it was at Columbine. Columbine, it was on the news while it was happening.
Yeah.
Because there were other school shootings. So I'm just.
There was always school shooting, but not mass. Just because, like, there was like.
Well, I think the school shooting sort of started the whole mass shooting epidemic.
Right, at the college.
I mean, there were some hostage scenarios prior to that. There were like a few here and there hostage situations. There was like a Radio Shack or some shit, and like crazy situations that were big and they were on the news. But so those, and there was the McDonald's one that was really crazy. Do you remember that, like on the border of California?
Right.
But it was like once every 5 years, and now it's like once every 3 days.
I mean, I think it's the same. Like, we talk about narcissistic and, everything's about you. Kind of the same area, and especially like with suicides.
Entitlement.
So suicide, they start seeing these things now, and they want to commit suicide. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that too, and kill myself after. They're thinking like, I might as well, and I get all the attention, and people are gonna look at me like, oh, we should have paid attention to him, or so, whatever they're thinking.
This will teach them.
Yeah.
Now they'll see the error of their ways, and that I'm not crazy this whole time.
Right, but I'll be dead. I will never know. It's just it's a crazy thing. I know.
Or like a lot of manifesto shit. I really hated. They finally stopped doing it because I'm like, because of me. No, but I always love to comment. I can't stop myself. But this last piece of crap, I can't even remember who he was or what he did. But I just remember they kept calling it a manifesto because they found like some of his gripes. Like that he wrote down in his notes.
Right.
In his little like phone notes. He just wrote down shit that made him mad. And they were like calling it a manifesto. And I was like, you need to stop calling this shit a manifesto. Because it's only glorifying whatever the hell this crazy
manifesto sounds glorifying.
Yeah. And it was a worker situation where he came in and he shot his workers because his whole manifesto was just like bullshit about his workers. Like he was a night manager at it might have been the Walmart one.
Wow.
And he had just like written in his notes like why he was mad. And they were like, we found a manifesto. And I kept writing on all the things. I'm like, stop calling it that because it's so glorifying. And then finally some news channels were like, we found some notes that he wrote. And I'm like, good, because that's what it is. It's not a manifesto. He's not Hitler.
Right.
Right? Like, Hitler had a manifesto.
Wait, so...
Also, not glorifying him either.
Yeah. Did the term postal come before the mass shootings? Because that was the first one,
That's
right?
where he hostage situations.
Was that before Columbine? Or after?
Yeah, and Larry used to have to deal with that.
That was before Columbine. Okay, so they were already it was going postal before mass shooting. Okay.
My dad, for the longest time, worked for the Human Resources Department, and you'd have to ask him what he freaking did. But and so I remember a Christmas in Connecticut where he had to leave. He had to go take care of a postal situation, and I was like, this guy over here, who can't handle any kind of confrontation, he's gonna go help that situation. Okay, all right. Listen, Gary, just jump. Okay, we're all waiting. We don't have a lot of time. You're gonna do it. Do it before 5. Do it before rush hour. It's the holidays, Jesus. Be respectful. What is Larry gonna say?
Right. Oh my gosh, look at that. They got the 2 armored tanks surrounding it. They just got them.
Not really. And meanwhile, there's just a dead body in there.
Yeah, like, what is that for? In case it blows up? Like,
yeah.
Can't go anywhere.
You just start driving away with it.
That's weird.
They should just got a hydraulic lift and put it up on a
show off their new tanks. That's
I know. I wish I could find the council guy. I was trying to look for it. I can't find it. But he just gets up there and he's like, "So what I heard is this." Just filling all the tea. And I do think he's right. I haven't heard anything, but also the cops are just like, we don't know the motive yet. We haven't found his manifesto yet.
Domestic.
Yeah, it does seem like that. I don't know why he went to 2 places.
Women treat your man right, please. Man treat your woman right.
Let him come to the party. Let him come. He's wearing the hat you made him. Let him come to the party. No, you gotta stay home. But I don't know why he went to 2 different ballrooms. So I was thinking,
why he went again? So it seems a little different.
I was like, maybe he didn't see her at that one, so he was like, let me just make sure
I know she had one of these, right?
She knows that I showed up.
Right, maybe that's what happened.
Because he literally just went down the street to the nearest second ballroom that he could find.
Easy.
It was 5 blocks away, the other one.
What the fuck makes you do that? Just I'm gonna shoot. Suicidal. That's all I can think. Because it's like, okay, my life is over right now, so I'm just gonna end it, and I'm gonna take people out.
Where did he buy this machine gun? And
he had a machine gun too.
Well, that's what the party people said. They had a machine gun. It could have been an AK.
Well, so in the next ballroom, I guess the people wrestled the gun out of his hand, so it had to be a big gun.
We're not messing around anymore. We're not taking chances.
Oh yeah, if you see somebody,
yeah. We're going for
it. They not finna shoot up yet.
It's near you, and we know that now, and we're not we're gonna find out.
Right.
Because you fuck around, we're gonna find out. I mean, you can tell that is one.
That's the story they need to keep showing and telling is when they wrestled him, or that last one that it was an Asian guy last time, huh? That did that. They wrestled.
Asian. Yeah. The dad who was a vet. He was a vet.
That's crazy.
So messed up. He was like, I went to war and I didn't go to war so I could come home and continue to go to war.
That wrestled out.
Yeah.
And that was some type of. I guess a political thing that he did it for, because some of their country or something. Yeah, that's crazy.
He wasn't gonna get away on foot.
Man,
he's 300 pounds.
Crazy.
That kid. Oh my god. Sometimes when you see the picture, you just know what it's gonna look like, and it just makes you even more mad when you're right. It doesn't change anything, but it doesn't make anything any worse. It's always worse. It's always bad.
Right.
But you look at that picture and you're like, oh my god, I just want to punch you in the face so bad.
Oh yeah. But we'll take a break. But we're gonna talk about this album. Alec Baldwin. Yeah, and this situation, I just think it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay, let's take a break.
So yeah, let me take a break and we'll be right back. And then
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So, involuntary manslaughter.
Right. Alec Baldwin.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Do you think that's fair at all? Like, it's not.
Mm.
What did he do wrong? Because he was just on the set. Was he not supposed to play with the gun?
So, you want my full breakdown?
Yeah.
I'll try to keep it real short, which is going to be probably not. But so I've done a lot of digging into all of the lawsuits that have now happened and transpired, because literally it was such a petty back and forth. It is what it sort of became, because nobody wanted to be the one on the hook for it. Nobody wanted to be liable. So there's like a thousand lawsuits. It's like, you're suing me? Oh yeah, I'm going to sue you, your father, and your cat. And then if you're going to sue me and my father and my cat, I'm going to sue your grandma, your great grandma. There's so many lawsuits going around. But I did do a deep dive on one of these channels that I follow. She's a lawyer, and so she always goes through like all of the affidavits and all of the whatever, like discovery and stuff. And it was a hot ass mess. Is it fair for him to be charged with manslaughter? No, but I do think it's fair for her, the armorer. I think it's fair for her, for the armorer, when you know all the facts. And I'll try to go through that too. But she was a hot mess. She was so disorganized. If you saw the room that she was holding all of the bullets in, it was, if that's why people were complaining, because all you had to do was open the door and see what was happening in there, the shit show of organization, non-organization that she had going on in there, to know this is Russian roulette on set all day, every day. Like, you just never knew. Like, if you saw a gun in someone's hand, somebody might die, especially the way she was handling everything. And they were all trying to save a buck. So they were hiring the wrong people. And so here's where he is liable in my mind. As a producer, he was a producer on the film. So he is in charge of the production to an extent. As an umbrella, you're a producer. And so you're also in charge of the hiring. You basically are sort of like the CEO, or one of the heads of this production. And so in that respect, in a civil case, I do think that he would, I do think that there's some sort of criminal action, criminal intent that happened there. Criminal negligence, that definitely happened. But I don't think that criminally he's responsible there for manslaughter, for shooting her. I don't think that's an old gun. I don't think he pulled the trigger. I do think that he cocked the gun, which caused it to go off, because it's an old gun. But in my mind, I think it's very clear there was absolutely no intention from him, yes, to shoot any sort of a pellet or to a fake or anything. I don't think he had an intention to shoot that gun. I think that it was a practice run. She had told him to point the gun where he pointed it as well. Everybody in the room, I don't think anyone disputes that. And it's also on film. So we haven't seen it, but somewhere there's a film of that, because they were shooting it, right? They did a whole electronic breakdown too for the jury. Like somebody did what do you call that? Like a blueprint of everybody in the room and how it all happened and everything like that. But on top of that, she's filming her death, which is so morbid. And I'm sure that they saw that too. So they'll see her directing him, telling him where to point the gun.
Okay.
If he,
she did it then, as far as that part.
She didn't do it. She had absolutely.
As far as the pointed at her, like, why would you point it at her?
She wanted him to get she's an artist, and she wanted a certain angle, and she's looking at it, and she's telling him, to make it more serious. She wanted it to look like he was actually looking right at the person, and not thinking, The armorer, on the other hand, was a sort of a Hollywood alum. Her dad was an armorer in the past, and so she got the job basically just from her name, from having a father who was famous in the business. And so they figured, okay, we'll get her because she's cheaper, but she's probably going to be like knockoff version, but he's great, so we'll take her. And she was a hot mess. She was shooting with that same gun the like at lunch with real bullets.
Oh, okay, so that's how real bullets got on the set. I always wonder why do they have real bullets there?
Answered because they really have not gone after the manufacturer. So there are the people who make the fake rounds, the dummy rounds, and I have no idea why real bullets were even on the set.
Right.
Professional other people that they have like deposed, just as like expert witnesses have said there should never be any real rounds.
That's what I'm saying. That should be the big question.
There are certain sets that do have real rounds. I don't know. I don't know why
I was
they were
over
there.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm like, manslaughter. Okay, I'm over here thinking, did he? She was gonna say he Me Too'd him and he shot her. Like, what could they have possibly? How did they bring this murder charge with the guy? Like, it's crazy. It's not.
First off,
it's not
if
his
you know
gun.
that there are real rounds on your set, which you do, she knew that there were real rounds mixed in. No, he.
See what I'm saying? He
did too. I'm sure he knew that there were, but he thought she was doing her job.
Oh,
and they have procedures.
Then you shouldn't. Then maybe that
because
if he knew.
A lot of them were playing with these guns at break times.
Yeah, you should always. You on the heard of that. You should always act like a gun is loaded and ready to go, so you don't even play around. So
always.
If that, to have bullets on the set, that person needs to be in trouble. Whoever did that, and that's it. There's nobody else involved that knew that.
There were so many people who complained prior because they saw it coming. Because there had been just weird mishaps that had just like by luck of the draw, nobody had gotten shot yet. It's sort of how it feels. It was happening there because there were a lot of people who were raising red flags, and everybody just kept turning the other cheek and telling them to calm down and letting people know they've got it under control, and it's not just pushing them away. And so when this happened, people were furious. And now it makes sense to me, especially when you see the room that she had everything in. Everything was mixed. Real bullets were mixed with fake bullets and dummy bullets, and there's the fake ones and there's the dummies. Like dummies do nothing. The fake ones make noise, and then there's the real ones. And you're supposed to check everything. And if you know you're on a set where that is a possibility, where they're all. You need to do all the things. You need to do all the things 1,000 times. And they didn't. They all admit that they were negligent. And it wasn't his job as the actor to check that gun. It was the 3 people that he put in place prior to it getting to his hands that were supposed to be checking it. And all of them failed. And then he didn't either. And then he pointed it at her, But I do feel like manslaughter's negligence as a producer, sure. He should have never hired her. He should have listened to the complaints that were coming through. They should have been processed to him.
Okay. This was his film.
Yeah. That's why he still wants to make it. He still wants to make it.
Well, that makes a little more that makes a little more sense why they would go after him regardless, because it's all his. On top of everything, it's his responsibilities too. So I guess that
in a civil case, but I don't think in a criminal case. Like the same intent.
Man.
I don't think
they're gonna do that regardless. That's how you get more money in a civil suit. I mean, it's just.
But she knew what she was doing. Like she knew. She just didn't care. She knew she just was willing to risk. Like she just laziness.
You think he's gonna get convicted?
I don't think he will. And I don't even think the district attorney thinks he will. The way that she was, because they were interviewing her, and it sounds like she's really just doing it to kind of appease the crowd.
And and make an example, and like I said, it helps the civil suit and all that. But
I think she wants to put it in the hands of a judge and let the judge decide to sort of appease everybody. Right. She even said, because they interviewed her, she did not look happy to be there. But she was very professional, answered all the questions, which was nice, because a lot of times they're like, we can't speak about that. Uh-huh. But she did say, we'll see what the judge says. If there's enough evidence, I feel there's a strong enough evidence to charge both of them with these counts. I weighed everything, and I didn't, she was like, I wasn't paying attention to what other people thought, and I didn't succumb to peer pressure, but I kind of think she did to bring this. But she said that their preliminary hearing, they may even do over the computer. Like, they may even do via Zoom. Like, she may not even make them come down. So I think it really is for show. But I do hope that armorer gets time. It's not going to be a lot. I think that, like, 18 months is the sort of, like, minimum to, like, 5 years or something like that. But I hope she gets, like, 6 months at least. Something. Because if you really look at the pictures, they have all these pictures of her storage and how she organized things on set or lack thereof, and it's criminally negligent.
Right.
And those are people's lives, and she's so lucky only one person
Bullets
died.
on the set. That's all. That's all you have to not do. Like, just don't bring real bullets on the set. It's a movie. Why? There's no reason. That's all I'm saying. Like, that right there is. I'm trying to understand. Like, maybe they were out there and they wanted to practice shooting cans.
Yes,
in the meantime.
Yeah.
And then they accidentally. You know, so I feel like somebody probably would
if you know you're
just
doing
threw it in
that,
there. There's probably some other dude that didn't like her on the set, grabbed a bullet and just threw it up in the other pile of bullets.
She passes
like,
the box to somebody else who's supposed to check it, and blah, blah, blah. But if you know you're handling
passing the
that
box
gun
too.
and you know that it had real bullets in it, aren't you going to check it like 5,000 times?
And the guns with the
not
real
just
bullets,
trust
you should have, I don't know, that's crazy. You should have them counted for, put away after you use it, shoot the cans.
Yes.
And go back to the movie, but.
You should never use the same gun.
Probably just left one in the chamber, left one maybe, and just didn't.
Yeah, and she was supposed to check it. The safe, whatever, right? Safe regulation guy was supposed to check it. Dave Halls or whatever his name was, before he handed it to Alec Baldwin. He handed it to Alec and he said, cold gun. Cold gun means safe, no bullets. He handed it to Alec and he said, cold gun, but he never checked it, and he admits that. He never checked it. He said it, didn't even look. He just trusted her, and she was trusting the ghost in the corner. I don't even know.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, too. I'll be like, I would never have a gun pointed at me, even if it's fake in the movie. Just at least right here. Don't point it right at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how that looked, just if you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, hey, you too comfortable pointing right at me. Point it right over here a little bit.
Calm down, Swifty. Dude, seriously.
Did he shoot her in the head, chest, did they say?
Yeah.
Chest?
I think it
head?
was the stomach.
Oh.
I think it was the stomach.
Oh, so she lived a little bit to think what happened.
You know what? Maybe it was right here, because it also goes through and raises the director. The director's right behind her, and it hits the director's shoulder. It raises him too. So you got 2 for 1 there. Yeah. But you're right. Like, the manufacturer that was making those dummies, the biggest question for me that is still yet to be answered is, why were there even real bullets? And were there real bullets ordered, and why? If there were, and maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe there are times where there are real and non on a set.
To make it look real.
Maybe carrying the bullets in a satchel, those are the real ones.
You should be able to make fake real bullets looking.
I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. But maybe there are reasons why you have real ones. But if not, why would the manufacturer do that? Like, bring them?
Or whoever brought them. Yeah, somebody could have brought them on the side, and
they are named in the lawsuits, but I don't think anyone's really actually directly sued them, which is. It's questionable. I think it's still out there for debate. Like, I would, or at least have questions. So no, I don't think he deserves it. Also, he was a hot mess before this situation. I mean, he was calling his daughter fat pig on voicemails. He was not doing so great, right? He's volatile in general. He's not. This is going to send him over the edge. Like, he started to downward spiral during this whole process, and this is just like blowing him off the edge.
His money is gonna sue the hell out of him. So
I think it's like he actually had in one of these, he had it written in that he was going to finish the movie. Like, if this is the settlement, in one of the settlements, it's written in there that he's going to
to get money to pay them money.
go, bro.
Yeah,
Let it
make the
go.
money for it. Yeah.
Unless the family of her is like, we want her art to shine. I mean,
anybody as well, so it'd be part of history. Like, oh, this is the movie where the girl died, but if they don't make her, she was forgotten.
I mean, I feel
Might
like
as
she
well.
probably would want it to be done.
Yeah, she will be forgotten if the movie's not made.
But I just feel like it's not Alec Baldwin's decision to make at this point.
Yeah. Well, and they could get more money. I mean,
yeah, that's what he wants. He wants to make his money back.
Right. Or just give them all the proceeds. He could do something like that. But is he going to waste his time to do that?
I mean, he would save his reputation, but at this point,
yeah, better than jail.
We'll pay them whatever they want. I think he's already done that, though. I think they're not.
Doubt it.
That guy's hurt. Like, her husband's hurt. And he doesn't know where to put that pain.
Yeah.
Because, he's all over the place, too. I feel really bad for him.
Who, the husband?
Yeah. So Alec Baldwin and this armorer girl, not the one who got shot, but the armor, they're both charged with 2 counts of manslaughter. So each one of them has 2 counts that they're gonna have to. Yeah.
Circus.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, like I said, I didn't know it was his movie. I forgot that he actually made the movie. So when you look at the fault of who's brought the bullets into the whole vicinity, he's very responsible for that. Even though I guess the armor lady or whatever was in charge of it, he probably knew there was real bullets on the set. If she knew,
shooting on the brakes.
Right, like you said, that's all that. Yeah, but yeah, it's messed up. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Talking about it, like, shut up.
Yeah.
You just kept saying stuff, and it's like, please stop.
Well, he had to say something.
The green comment?
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
You want to switch gears?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, ain't too much you can say about that. It's just, we'll see what happens.
No. I don't think either of them. She might get some house arrest or some shit. And, I mean, do you think that he can come back from this? That's actually a good question.
Yeah, he could come back. I mean, he's still up there. I mean, he's gonna lose some money. He's gonna come and say how bad he felt, and try to come back. But yeah, he was already, like I said, he's already going down a spiral a little bit anyway. I mean, I think his best gig was being Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like his latest gig. So, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I do think that he could come back, but also how much time does he have left? And how much money does he really have?
Let's look that up.
Yeah, what's his net worth? I don't think that's really right. I always wondered that. Like, how do they know?
Yeah, it's a guesstimate, but something.
But I just, this, like I said, everybody's suing everybody. So I'm sure you have insurance on a movie set too, though. So as a producer, you might even be more covered with insurance as opposed to being like an actor that they could just directly come after. So
70 million.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably going to be the insurance, right?
The movie insurance.
Yeah.
Unless they find a way that why did you bring bullets on the set? That's not in the contract. They'll do some shit like that. Like, so right here, if you were negligent on.
Yeah, but he personally didn't carry bullets on.
But it's his movie, so they're going to be like.
But it's a company's movie, so it's a production company's movie, so it's like an umbrella. It's just like Scientology. They can't come after the guy. He's continually dodging cases because he's just sort of he has a bunch of different companies that he sort of shifts blame on an umbrella. So I'm sure it's probably going to be pretty minimal in terms of him losing personal money. I think
they're going to go people are gonna go directly to him. Well, I guess they could. They would go to the. You said it's a parent company that he's working on. Is this a distribution company, or is it like who's making the movie? Is it?
So as a producer, it's not just one producer. There's multiple producers.
Okay,
so it's a team of producers, which he's one of.
Oh, okay,
and
he's just
then
one of
you
them.
have like an LLC, or you get it incorporated, I think. So you have like a company, a production company, and then you get insurance for your company. So it's going to be a claim from your insurance. So he probably won't. It probably won't come out of his personal pocket.
If they cover it. If they don't cover it, then it is.
Which is probably also another reason why they're coming after him criminally, because they do
that's how they get more
like
stuff.
He should feel pain, like he should be liable, and not just the company. Like so, but I don't really agree, and I understand why they feel that way too. I don't want any disrespect to the family and the pain that they felt, but when you're trying to say that he intended any part of it, I just don't think that the facts show that.
Yeah.
I think you can say that she was criminally negligent for sure, that armor.
Well, if you drink and drive, you don't intend to kill nobody, but you go to jail for it.
Right, but if somebody drugs you and you didn't even know you were drinking, and you got behind your own car, you didn't even know that you were drunk because you thought that was a Dr. Pepper and it turned out to be a Quaalude.
No, wait, what? Wait, okay, you supposed to.
If he didn't know, if he didn't know what they were handing him, is my point.
So you're just saying he didn't. Okay.
So to have intent, because really
yeah,
that's
no
what the
fault.
answer is. You have to have intent.
Yeah, it's a different point I was making, but sense.
I get it. You're saying that he should be in charge of the entire process as a producer.
Yeah, and people just you get in trouble. For not
like
you could go out and not know you were gonna do something, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was just saying. Like it happens all the time. Where it's I guess drug drivers one of them, but just
cover your bases. Like you should have checked too. Yeah, I mean, after all his experience, he probably would have known what it looked like, but I don't know.
Yeah, but.
What's really messed up is that David Hall's guy, who was the safety, whatever his title was, he admits that when he, before lunch, looked in the barrel, he noticed one of them was different than the other ones.
Oh my gosh.
He admits it, but he's
taking a rap for it.
He's turned over state's evidence or whatever. He's turning state's evidence or whatever you call that. So he got a deal. He got a plea deal. So he's not doing any time, and he's telling on them.
Wow.
But I think he's one of the ones that's the most criminally negligent. Because he even admits one of them looked different.
He did it on purpose, I think. To set him up.
What a long game. What a shitty way to do it. I would just take a wire out of his car or some shit if you really want to do that. Don't kill the cinematographer. And Jesus. You want to come after somebody. What a long game.
Right. I don't know if I forgot I had this on the watch later list, but I don't know if you know who Young Thug is. It's a rapper.
Yes. Yeah, the passing of oh my God, the dumbest move ever. They were so shocked they got caught. Oh, you watching me?
I mean, come on. I'm thinking that's a setup because the guy that passed it to him is already, like you said, he's already in jail for murder.
Why was he in a suit? And why was he allowed to walk towards them?
I don't think he just did it. He was his co-defendant. He was his co-defendant. That's what it was. And he's in the court too. And I don't know if he just ran up. I don't think he got permission to do that.
If you're a co-defendant, you're not talking to each other. Like the Lori Vallow, whatever, Daybell, the murdering, whatever. They're not even allowed to talk to each other. They've requested to be in the same room together, and they're saying no. He just thinks he can do that in front of everybody?
I think it's set up, I'll tell you.
And he's like, hey man, I just want to say hi to you. Like he's a fan. He walks up like a fan.
Yeah, that's so. He's trying to hook him up.
Dude.
And then they say, I guess so. I'm trying to figure out. Look, they all were like, what you doing?
Exactly. Immediately. They saw him.
Look, did he look. And then somehow, he shouldn't have took it. Well,
it's one Percocet, right? Is what he hands him?
oh, Percocet, weed. He got like 3 different things in there and wrapped up in this thing, right?
Weed?
Yes. Like why?
Was that his butthole? How did he get there?
So he ended up swallowing it too. So they had to like take him to the hospital to see what he had in him or something like that.
It?
Young Thug. So he wanted it, I guess, or he just.
He swallowed the whole thing. He swallowed the weed and like everything.
They were trying to see if he did. They found what they found, but they were saying if he swallowed something.
I want to see. Does he do it right there? Is that where he swallowed it?
I don't know. I can't see it. Let's see.
It's the most obvious bullshit ever. And also, like, he could see them coming for him. Why didn't he just back out? Like,
yeah, so I'm not sure. Yeah. He thought he was really that big doing that in court, like he could really get away. I don't know.
If he's really a co-defendant, that's insane. You think that you could just walk up to a co-defendant in front of everybody.
And got away with it and did it, but it's like nobody gonna see. You know, there's cameras everywhere. So what did he think? Here, maybe he thought it was a note. Grabbed it. He was like, "Oh shit, it's drugs."
You leave it in the pocket,
and now he got all these other charges. Like, you gonna be here in jail with me? Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, who passed along that message? Like, yo, he wants this, and this. You got it.
And how did he get it? Because he's in there too. Yeah, I'm not sure. Crazy.
Seriously.
He probably have somebody else get it for him. I'm thinking like, hey, so give it to me here. I need something, man. I'm going through it. Like, are we gonna try to find out how to get it to you? And then somebody passed to him. He's like, all right, now pass it to Young Thug. You know,
he was just the in between, the go between. Like Young Thug asked for it, and they were like, "Yo, give it to Jeremy."
That's what I'm thinking, right? But then it's like you gonna take that risk, but he's Young Thug supposedly like the leader of the gang, I think. So yeah, I guess they try to be like they really boss like that.
Oh, what did I just call him? His name's Jeffrey Williams. What did I just call him? Jeremy. I called him Jeremy. Oh my god, I almost got it right. Holy shit. They discovered Percocet on Thug and more drugs on Adams. Oh my god, he had more drugs on him.
And he had more drugs on him? Oh my god.
Guilty. Just, I don't even know what you're in for. Guilty. Just guilty. What the hell? It's talking about narcissism. Guilty for being dumb. Like, just, you can't keep your cool for like 5 minutes. Like, just give us 5 minutes. What are they going to get now? Young Slime Life? Stop it. That's a name. So, stop it. Who is Young Slime Life? It's just, oh my god. Oh my god, I want to see that again. Young Slime Life. Slime Life. I mean, what do you think you're going to get when you're dealing with Young Slime Life?
Yeah, so you said it's like the green comet.
Yeah, okay, they say it's like once every 50,000 years, but how do you even know that? Who was here, chiseling it on a rock? I get it that we can now look back in time, but I mean it's.
Yeah, they've been going for a while now.
Who discovered that? Like, and how do we know every 50,000 years? It was like.
How did they do that? How do they do that?
The Hubble telescope was the original. Now
you have people studying the stars. I don't know about the comets. I'm not sure how the comets work, but people study stars in ancient history, and we learn from them.
Aren't comets stars? I mean,
it's a star, but don't they go out? Wait, let's look it up so I don't have to just.
I know. I'm like, it's a rock streaming through space. Because stars are obviously just like collisions over time that then form into.
Comets are large objects made out of dust and ice that orbit the sun. So yeah, they just
Oh, that orbit the sun only?
Yeah. Okay. So they can know it's coming because they can see it. I mean, they can monitor it.
The ice doesn't melt. It's basically
best known
debris.
for their long streaming tails. They're ancient objects that people always seen, so they can just track it like that. I'm sure. It says leftovers from the formation of solar system 4.6
Okay.
years ago.
So comets are how we got like 80% of our water, right? Or is it 20%? 80% of the water on Earth came from outer space, like came from comets. And
Right.
so I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I'll obviously always bullshit out of my ass, but I'm obsessed with water, and I like love water documentaries. I'm a psycho about water. And I'm convinced water is alien, and it is technically because water came from outer space. So we had like 20% of our water as Earth when it naturally formed, but I'm pretty sure that's the breakdown. It's either 80-20 or 20-80, but I think 80% of it was from comets, so from outer space, basically. The water landed here, and that's how
The water landed here?
Yeah. I know. All of it sounds crazy.
Whoa, okay. Well,
We're
okay.
stars, right? We're made up of stars.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
I mean, he says hydrogen and oxygen is water, so it's everywhere. But whenever the Earth formed, it had the.
So when the Earth was
it just hit the Earth and then made water. You saying?
Yeah. So when the Earth was naturally formed on its own, there was 20% of what we know of as water on this Earth, and then the rest of it came from comets from outer space. They're fighting outside. Sorry, my dogs are obnoxious. They're obsessed with me. There are a few things that I will get right. I explain them terribly, but
it says they could have 10% of Earth's water could have been originated from a comet, but Earth water was already here.
Okay, so then it's 20% of it came from. I feel like that was more than that. I don't believe that. What is this, Yahoo? You're searching Yahoo.
This right here is camouflage new clues of origin. This is the NASA website. And this is the American. Thirsty have a comet. Mostly water and ice. That's like a new theory there.
Well, I don't know how many black hole and black mass documentaries I've watched, but I still can't explain those. I can explain how we now know
what,
how we can find them, but it's almost too terrifying to really try to comprehend the black holes and just how many there are out there. It's just such a risk every day. Complete evaporation.
Yeah, that's another dimension right there.
The what?
Probably go to another dimension through it.
Yeah, seriously. What's way better? Did you hear about the guys the meteor comet? I don't know what the difference is, meteor or comet.
The meteor,
but it hit his house.
It's a big rock. Yeah.
He was
meteor hit his house.
On a farm somewhere, and I think it is in California. And he was just sleeping, and it hit luckily not where he was sleeping, but just right through his house.
He could be rich because those are worth money. I don't know if they're.
Yeah,
they just come take it.
Story in the news, but part of me was is this a conspiracy? Did they accidentally did the government blow up his house on accident? And they were oh look, it's a meteor in your house. But really, it's I don't know, government testing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people think they see aliens in the sky, they'll be oh, it was actually a missile testing from
secret
project base or whatever.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah,
look, meteorites have a significant financial value to collectors and scientific value to researchers. Can range from a few $100s to thousands of dollars.
Oh my God, let's go excavate. Dude. I mean, the La Brea tar pit's just going there. We went there last weekend. I mean,
there's find
anything? Just so much of that I'm bullshit. Bullshit. Are you serious? You found all this stuff so many years ago? All these different species of wolves that are now gone. And
there's a place somewhere in California, you could go to and actually dig yourself and find stuff.
I want to go.
Yeah.
It's like on the border, right by Arizona or something, or maybe.
I'm sure. No, it's California, somewhere close. Because this lady was telling me about it. I'm like, what? I never even knew about that. That'd be really cool. I'll actually find some ancient shit.
We gotta pick like a day where it's not too hot. I want to go. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
I totally want to do. Take Simone, although she'll probably just hate it. Oh, she's a good helper. She might really like it.
Right.
It's like I honestly like one of those other things. Like I have a lot of different professions that I would want to do if I could like doing it all over.
Right.
Too many of them, but that's definitely one of them.
Right.
Like just being an excavator in Egypt.
Right. Get closer to the mic and talk.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. I probably just gotta practice that.
Right here. Right in it.
But
He doesn't really like
we'll
I
see.
look like a caroling, especially in the red sweater. No, there's no will. The angels did. I didn't have like earmuffs on.
Yes, everybody out here. We have our co-host, bodybuilder Debbie.
Oh my god! What? What's that? The Netflix Killer Sally, Killer Debbie. What?
I think that's just how I look.
Who got tickets?
Green screen.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, we'll fix it.
It's freezing.
So we'll fix it next show.
Me, my sound.
Your how the picture looks.
Oh, in the background.
Yeah, I mean everything. Your bodybuilder's physique.
I'm a caroler from space. Like I'm in a spaceship.
I was gonna do that too. I was gonna put the space up there, like you said.
But yeah, so this comet, everyone's making this big deal about this green comet. It's like passing Earth, and it takes about a month for it to pass. And at some early February, you can see it in the northern hemisphere, and then later on, you can see it in the southern hemisphere. And I'm like, so what? What?
Yes.
Why do I care? I mean, I love science. I love this stuff, and even I'm like, tell me, I want to care. Tell me why I should care. I don't get it. I even love the color green, but also, why do I even
Yeah, pretty cool.
What does it mean? Honestly, if somebody could tell me like astrologically what it meant, then I'd probably yell about it. Like, oh, really? It's in the seventh sun, and it means that you're, empowerment circle is rising. No, it's just like maybe I want to care. Also, it's just no one's really like explicit on how you can actually see it. Like sometimes you can see it from the naked eye, but it also says if you have bad eyesight, which is me, it might be a problem. I'm like, oh shit, I have no hope. I should just stand out on my balcony all night. Have you seen meteor showers?
Have I seen them?
Yeah, because they're pretty dope.
No, I mean, like in a video, not.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like 3 shooting stars in my life, and I've seen the most recent one.
I saw shooting star. It's a meteor shower. Okay, yeah.
But a meteor shower is different. A meteor shower is like multiple.
Oh, which at one time.
Yeah, and I'd never seen one before, but during COVID, like the beginning of COVID, I'd seen on the news that there was supposed to be one at a certain time, and I was actually leaving a friend's house at the time, and we both looked up, and at first he saw one, and I didn't see it. Like he saw the meteor shower, and I didn't see it, and I was like, no, I didn't see it, and then it happened, like right afterwards too. Yeah.
Another one, yeah. I think I did shooting star, and then another one after. Maybe I guess that was some meteor shower.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Because I was like 5 of them all at once, like across the sky, and I thought I missed it, so I was like all pissed, and then I was like, no. Like, so that, I'll go check out this green thing, see how it feels.
Yeah. They should have like an app where you can just see it somebody just takes pictures of it or
Yeah, and
videos.
they try to do that, and it's all like, if there are things that are posted, they don't look real because it's some of these like telephonic zoom in lens, and it just looks like it's too perfect.
Right.
Like I want to see like somebody standing where I'm going to be standing, just like watching it in the sky.
Right.
And it doesn't look like that's out there yet. They've made it too pretty.
Yeah, out there, space, all those stars. It makes me wonder, like, man, was there really something else out there? Gotta be, right?
Well, yeah, we're finding them all the time. Like there's they just found another planet that's positioned in the same sort of positioning as we are, like an Earth-like planet somewhere else.
It probably has water and everything.
Yeah, it has all the capabilities to be able to have, I guess. But then there are all these other when you really realize like just how specific everything had to align for this to happen, it's ridiculous. It's too much to comprehend.
Well, yeah, and it was so crazy. That's why it's so crazy that when they talk about if the universe is infinite, then you can see that can happen. You have so many capabilities that they say is other Earths just like us.
It makes it more believable, honestly, to think of it as infinite. Because if it's not, and we're just the only, that's why.
Right. Yeah.
But then also to think just the dinosaur, like there was also just a completely different habitable plane here where we're standing.
Right. But you see, did you see that movie though, where they talk about the theory is like there's 13 people just like you. You it was
just 13.
I don't know why it was 13 or why they say it was 13, but it's pretty much.
Does that have to do with the dimensions that they've?
It has maybe, but it's like pretty much because it's infinite. There's so many. It's infinite, so it's going to happen again. Like we're going. If somebody, it got this by the numbers. It's probably math. You can do it by the numbers. You're going to get another exact world just like this. Because it's infinite. It's going to be. It's just.
Where there's an exact one of me. What a waste.
Everything is exact right.
Spice it up.
But it's so and other things like right. But it probably is that too. It could be. It could be you and making different. You're like a doctor or something.
Yeah. Right. So, like, let me break that. We need that bad.
I just saw something on that, I think Hulu, a movie like that. It was kind of good. I gotta watch it again.
It's one turn away.
Yeah.
Just one
there was kids doing they somehow scientifically made it to get into another universe, and they all switched, and they end up being on this one in this universe with other people. So therefore, they interacted with them, but one of them had to die. So one of them had to start killing the other ones because you can't have two in the same universe. Some weird thing they had, explanation they had. It's kind of a good movie. I'm gonna find it.
Was it in English?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime I find something good like that, it's like in German or
right.
else.
No, I was like, wow. I think it was kind of new. It was definitely 2022 or 2021, but it was kind of new. But it was like, low budget science, sci-fi type of science music movie.
Anything that's different at this point, I'm just like, I respect it.
Yeah, it has like some truth to it. Especially when you talk about science, I like anything like that. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like
this might be real. It could be something like this. It's usually not exactly like it, but just like technology, that we thought of 100 years ago. Like we just thought about it and we have it. Like, have you seen the Jetsons back in the days?
Yeah, all those comparisons and like the Simpsons and stuff and just all of those. I almost wonder what came first though. Like the cognitive thought then spawns the creation, or the creation was in development and on its way, and that's
we just
where the
taking
thought
part
came
of
from.
it.
Yeah, like which one?
Oh, like the times, you mean?
Because there are people who do the comparisons of like all the things that they've predicted on the Simpsons. There's just like a shit ton of things that they've done.
The predictions. And they were not really, but those were kind of like, it wasn't exactly the same. Like the prediction was exactly right on. People kind of like change it around a little bit, right? I'm
no,
trying to think of which one, like,
things that are like
it's like the president or something.
Yeah.
But it was
a bunch of different things.
But it could have been for any other president type of thing. It's almost like horoscopes kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like horoscopes.
Well, pull up the clip because there's a big comparison. It's like
I heard it before I heard of it. I was like, yeah, it's not. It is. It's like horoscopes. You know, people will be like, oh, yeah, person this born like this. Yeah, and it's like, no, that's me too. And no, I didn't do that. You know, it's like
they make it like loose, but also close enough to where it feels specific.
Right.
So the inventions one is you were saying that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so Jetsons, they had actual Zoom. They were in the cartoon doing Zoom. Yeah. That's actually real. That's not like you can see it, right? Like that's
so they were also teleporting.
They were doing something that we haven't did yet, but or if we're gonna do it. Also, Star Trek, the elevator. They had before we had the elevator that open close by itself. They did the first elevator just.
Oh really?
Right.
And TV, right? Or like monitor? Didn't they?
The monitor for what? The TV set?
Yeah, maybe not. Star Trek hasn't been around.
I don't know. But that was pretty because before the elevator, you had the guy come in, the elevator man, and all that. They were showing that, but you could think of stuff like that. But we do it now. Like for inventions, you just think of something to a problem, and it's going to be an invention. So if you haven't came up with it, somebody's going to come up with it, right? It's just time with it.
Because it was with the electricity, right? It kind of came.
Well, a little bit, I guess, during the same time. I mean, because they had lights and everything when they had the elevator man, So electricity was around, but they didn't have the actual electronics to open by itself.
Yeah, the Star Trek just seems late for the first elevator.
Right. Well, Star Trek it been around though. The old black and old Star Trek, the first ones has been around for a long time.
Was he always on it? William
Shatner.
William Shatner. Yeah.
It was Star Trek. Yeah, it's been around for a long time, but all those inventions. What else? A cell phone, like they had cell phones on.
Oh my god, I look like I'm cross-eyed. Holy shit!
On that.
It gets fuzzy.
They had cell phones on there too on the Jetsons.
Yeah.
We didn't have the cell phones yet. They had the Stairmaster treadmill and all that. Like we actually didn't have it yet. So I'm like,
we still don't have robots cleaning our asses and making us pancakes.
Well, I got
like in our homes.
Yeah, well, I got a vacuum robot. I can cut on, push a button and he vacuums, but. They don't have the full Android robot.
That was the one thing as a kid that I was the most excited about, like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Right.
The inventions that'll like make your breakfast for you. You like click a button and it cracks an egg and sends it.
Right. Well, they do have that. They do have robots though that clean house and stuff.
I'm not talking like the Bob Sweep though. I'm
talking like the in Japan. You haven't seen a little? Let me see.
You mean that one thing in Japan that you guys saw?
They have people. They're like selling cars and everything. Let me see.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to wrap it up. My contacts are getting dry.
Okay, yeah. We can talk about it the next time, but I just want to see if that's it. So I might have to find it later. Oh, yeah. These are cleaning bots.
What's this called? What?
The Leo bots.
I thought you said Mr. Cleaning Pot.
No, cleaning bots. They clean your old bots.
Oh no, I've never seen this lion spot. Okay. This is Japan, obviously.
I'm sure it is. So robot, just like the vacuums we have.
Yeah, like where is this? I want this for like $50,
Right. It costs a couple $1,000.
He feeds my dog.
Okay, so it cleans the floors. Yeah, same thing. It's just a little bigger looking.
But does it talk to you?
Sure it does.
I mean,
didn't they have like security ones? They had security ones too that alert people. If people didn't like it, they were like, "Man, we don't want people watching me all the time." Like the camera on them and stuff.
Security ones?
Yeah, they had them in like the hood one time. They tried to do it, and they were like, "Nah." I remember.
It's just like CCTV.
Look at this. Look, like spying on you.
Touches your butt.
Right.
Hello, Sharon.
Yeah, it's crazy. At Sam's Club.
Oh, is it grocery shopping for you? Is that what it's doing?
Mops, this is mopping. But they do that themselves because they have a big machine that's going by itself. Almost ran me over one day, but.
I mean, the robots that are out there doing deliveries and stuff. I didn't even
That's it,
realize
exactly.
talking about
Yeah.
it. Like,
So it's there, it's here, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like everything they.
Would you trust like an airplane Uber to just like come up
Airplane? Whew.
to like your balcony? Like my balcony, like just come flying, pick me up.
Not yet.
We've seen what's been happening with
wait.
Teslas. These reckless Teslas.
Well, yeah. I'll wait.
Did you see the Tesla that got into a police chase?
No.
I think it was in Germany, but it was
Nobody's in it?
No, he was. He was asleep.
And
he didn't realize.
Oh, yeah. I think I did see that. Right. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like, you're still in trouble. Just like you said, like, you're an adult. You know what you're getting into.
Right, you
didn't. What time it was. There are risks. Oh my God. It baffles me how many people feel so confident to just go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for that. I would love to do that, but I'm just not ready yet. One day they should have it, because if they have cars delivering pizzas, then I should be able to just get in there, right? I should be able to drink and sit in there.
But don't you, like...
Just delivering pizzas by itself.
Technology there's always a potential for malfunction. So could you really go to sleep?
Yeah.
Like every time that I got, if I really went to bed and slept in a car that would just automatically drive me home on its own, every time I made it home alive, I'd feel like I won one.
Yeah, well,
like I got lucky.
I mean, you can say that about. I mean, if you're in a plane, you just trust a human better than the machine.
You escaped.
But I just feel like it have to be down the line when I know the odds are way better. Like, they already say it's better still, but it's like, well, I want to know. Like, if I'm driving, it's really gonna be my mistake.
It needs to be made by like NASA engineers. Like, I need some real high-powered steel.
Yeah, right. That's just make it stronger.
Gotta withstand. I need to see some of those crash checks.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, we can wrap it up.
Woohoo! This is our first live. We did it.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Check it out. We're gonna hope the volume sounds okay. But yeah, good night. RabbitHole.
Oh my God! I want to get a spaceship outfit.